Not ready yet. Almost.
Almost.
Almost. Okay.
Now you ready?
Now I'm ready.
Welcome to the Mo Show. I'm Mo.
Oh, Mears.
Week 1's here. We have our 4 picks. We also have your daughter's picks along with ours.
That's right.
First game, playoff caliber game. As a matter of fact, a playoff game last year. Pittsburgh traveling to Baltimore.
Incredible the NFL scheduled this way. I mean, huge interdivisional rivalry right off the bat, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I'll tell you what, I like Pittsburgh in this game. I think Baltimore's defense is getting a little old, a little over the hill. Ray Lewis and Ed Reed combined are like 90 years old. So I like Pittsburgh to go in there, some smash mouth football, and take it in Baltimore.
I think this is the year of Joe Flacco. I'm a big believer that this is his breakout year, and if it isn't, I'm not sure how long we're going to see him. Ray Rice, despite the loss in the playoffs last year, made a bitch of Troy Polamalu. I think it's going to carry over. I said it's going to carry over for 3 years. I got Baltimore in the AFC Championship game. Yes, their defense is old, but I think they're going to make it through this game and on their way to my prediction. Let's see what Sophia thinks. Our next game involves the 2 teams that you and I chose to lose in the Super Bowl. Dallas Cowboys traveling to the New York Jets.
Yeah, and you know what? Dallas last year was overhyped, and they fell flat on their face. They're going to do the same thing again this year. And the New York Jets improved their offense by signing Plexico Burress. And as long as he doesn't shoot himself on Saturday, this team will win at home.
I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to pick Dallas because I have them in the Super Bowl, not the Jets. Jets being at home makes me nervous about this, but I believe it's the year of Tony Romo as well, because if he doesn't make the playoffs this year, I'm not sure what his future is going to be in Dallas. That's why I picked him to have a good year, starting with a victory in New York. Let's see what Sophia thinks. Our third game of the week, Indianapolis at Houston. This game, usually a tough game for Houston, but this year might be a little different.
Yeah, I predicted in our rapid fire segment last week that Peyton Manning wouldn't start first weekend, and that's what it looks like. He's doubtful, and he's not going to be playing. So I like Houston at home. Arian Foster is a little banged up, but I think he's going to play. Game time decision. But give me Houston at home to set up the hype for Houston making the playoffs for the first time this year.
Houston makes the playoffs. They win the Super Bowl. I said it in our preseason picks. And the fact that Peyton Manning went 63rd in my fantasy football draft tells me he's not playing for a few weeks. Give Houston a pass on what would normally be a tough game and give them confidence going forward. I'm not sure what Sophia thinks, but let's hear.
The Colts.
Our fourth and final game involves your beloved Eagles traveling to St. Louis. I'm sure there will be tight security around the tailgating.
There should be. And I'll tell you what, the Eagles, if you get Michael Vick on turf in a dome, the speed is phenomenal. I mean, it's going to be incredible. Incredible. That alone, give me the Eagles.
I'm going to pick the Eagles because I don't think St. Louis made any strides last year that's going to make them win this game. I'd like to see them be competitive, but I think the Eagles are going to overmatch them. I have a feeling I know where your daughter's leaning on this one, but let's see.
Eagles.
Now it's time for Inside the Helmet. I'm going to ask Mears 2 questions. He's going to ask me 2 questions, and we're going to answer them off the top of our head. Let's get started.
People want to know who you think should be the #1 draft pick in fantasy football this year.
Well, going into my draft, I had the 4th pick, and I thought it would be Peyton Manning or Arian Foster. And when they were both there at 4, I thought they might be injured. So I just went and defaulted to Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, there you have it.
Prettiest hair in the NFL, Casey Matthews, Clay Matthews, or Troy Polamalu?
Casey Matthews because he's on the Eagles, but you didn't give me a coach option. Rob Ryan, defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. Best hair, hands down, NFL. We all know you love to make predictions about 0-16 teams. Which team will not win a game this year?
I've actually done some thought on this, and I couldn't quite figure it out. And then I realized Carolina is going 0-16 because they drafted a quarterback who was a college quarterback. And they're going to rest their whole franchise on him. And they're my 0-16 team. Now, my last two started out at least 4-0. But
Put your money on Carolina. I like that. That was good.
How did Mold Mears go from Susanna Collins and Chicks in a Hot Tub to a 3-year-old kicking my ass in picks?
Because I had 2 kids, so one of them has to be put on the show, or we can't do the show anymore.
That's our show for this week. Go to moldmears.com, submit your picks. The best picker of the week gets their shirt, and see if you can beat a 3-year-old. Are you smarter than a 3-year-old with your football picks?
Exactly. And please do me a favor. Hit that button. Subscribe to our videos. You'll get a new video every week. We look forward to seeing you next week.